Hello, I'm Patricia Henderson with Senior Connection Center, and this is your weekly connection. Be aware of scams. Don't become a victim of fraud. We hear that refrain repeated throughout news articles and on social media. But what happens if someone does become a victim? What resources are available to help? One of those resources is Cybercrime Support Network. And here today to tell us more is Kim Casci-Palangio, Program Managing Director, Victim Services Program, Cybercrime Support Network. Kim, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Patricia. I'm glad to be here.
Kim, will you tell us a little more about Cybercrime Support Network?
Sure. So Cybercrime Support Network was founded in 2017. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we're founded to meet the challenges facing individuals and small businesses that are affected by cybercrime. So we are a public-private collaboration, which means we receive some grant funding from places like Department of Justice, Office of Victims of Crime, which is a grant that we're working under in Florida. And we also receive private funding from private businesses that want to do the same things that we do, and they care about the ecosystem, of the cyber ecosystem. So we help individuals and small businesses through our website, FightCybercrimeorg, which has a resource database to assist victims or people who have questions or people who have experienced some type of a cybercrime. We also have a second website called scamspotter.org, and this website can help you to identify scams, teaching you about different red flags to look for so that you don't engage in any type of cybercrime incident. So our mission is to serve individuals and small businesses impacted by cybercrime. And we do that by pointing people to the best information from experts in cybersecurity, education, and awareness. And we also do that by assisting people in, if they have had a cybercrime incident, doing it during, so enabling a one-stop process for them to access resources to help them report and respond to a cybercrime. And we also do that afterwards by providing key contacts to guide in the recovery and the tools needed to prevent any type of re-victimization.
Many programs focus on raising awareness about scams and frauds. The Cybercrime Support Network also focuses on assisting victims. One of the ways victims are helped is through FightCybercrime.org. Will you tell us about the site and the help that is available there?
Yes, absolutely. So FightCybercrime.org is very easy to maneuver. When you enter the website, you'll find some icons and phrasing that will tell you, to where to go for the type of cyber incident that may be affecting you. So whether that be identity theft, a romance scam, or an online shopping scam, you click the icon and the word there that will link you directly to your very first steps that you should take. So these are immediate action steps that you'll need to do. And it's complete with links to those locations. So in order to report the incident that happened, there'll be a link there to the IC3 form, which is the Internet Complaint Form for the FBI. And that will hyperlink you right to that form so you don't have to go around searching for it on different websites. If you were, say, a victim of identity theft, one of the next steps that you might need to do would be to put a temporary freeze on your credit report. And it's going to have those hyperlinks for you to those 3 credit reporting agencies so you don't have to hunt for that information. So it's very simple to use. It takes you through step by step with the hyperlinks for the action steps that you need to take. It'll also guide you to things that you can do following the incident to help strengthen your security so that it won't happen again.
I went on the site yesterday and the wealth of information there is phenomenal.
It really is. We have, in addition to that step-by-step process, which is broken down by cybercrime, we also have a resource database that's searchable by crime type. and also by keyword search. It's very extensive. And all of our resources are vetted, so you never have to worry about clicking on the wrong resource, thinking that you're helping yourself to overcome something and then getting scammed again, or being afraid that you might get scammed. So these resources are all vetted. We also have information on there that would link to our Twitter account and our YouTube account. We have great 1-minute short videos that will take you through very specific steps for specific cyber crimes. And in addition to the FightCybercrime.org, we also have the scamspotter.org, which I briefly mentioned. That's another one of our websites. And that one is geared towards spotting the cybercrime. So showing you the red flags that you need so that you don't become victimized. And it really follows 3 basic rules: slow it down, spot check, and don't send. And there's a quiz attached to it, which can help you to see how good you're doing and remembering those red flags.
And we will have those websites at the end of the video for those watching.
And we also have a few new programs that are coming out right now. So we just launched our military and veterans program. So for people who are active in military or who are veterans, many people don't know that they're often targeted by cyber criminals. And so we've created resources very specific to help military and veterans. We also have our Cyber at Risk program, which would be geared towards people who maybe don't feel as technologically savvy as they would like to be. Many of us, myself included, oftentimes. And so this works with people to help you to strengthen your security. So instead of just hearing, hey, you need to put 2-factor authentication on your devices, this program will help people actually do that. And it also has a free webinar series component. So once a month, there is a free webinar that you can watch, and they're on different scam topics. So the one we just did this week was based on COVID scams and what you need to know. And so each month it changes. And we also launched our Romance Scam Survivor Peer Support Program. And this is obviously what I said, it's a peer support program. However, it has a component of learning to it as well. So if you or someone you know may have been involved in some type of a romance scam, and you're an older adult, this program may be of interest to you. It has a 10 to 15 minute component each week of learning something about cyber and those red flags that go along with romance scams. And then about 45 minutes of a peer support facilitated program where you get to talk to people who've also had this experience from around the country and form friendships and relationships through this program. And at the end, I'll also pass that information on to you. If someone is interested or someone interested, they can just email us and we will send them a form.
That's a lot of information. And again, we will have those websites at the end of the video for those watching. Now, Cybercrime Support Network has a program in partnership with several of the 211 centers across the country, one of which is in the Central Florida area. What does that partnership entail?
Sure. So this also is a free program. It's funded through the Department of Justice, Office of Victims of Crime, and it's with our partners at the Heart of Florida United Way. And it works through their 211 information call line. So many of you may be familiar with 211, but just in case you aren't, 211 is a 911 for social services. So everything from locating a food pantry to mental health services, to housing and everything in between. And so this program has added cybercrime into that mix that those call operators answer and help assist with and provide resources to. So the 211 call line is open 24/7. So you can call at any time and you will get a person. and the person will walk you through those steps that we talked about on the website, so they can help you fill out that form to the FBI to report, and they can help you walk through the process and explain, you know, for example, freezing your credit, what it means, how to do it, where to go. And then they can also help you with local resources. So perhaps you wired out a lot of money that month, and you can't get that money back, or you don't know when you'll get that money back. They'll help you locate perhaps a food bank in your area, food assistance, or perhaps you've been involved in a romance scam and you would like some sort of referral for mental health assistance. They can provide that to you locally in your area. And so with the Heart of Florida United Way, that cyber assistance is provided through the Pasco, Polk, Lake, Sumter, Orange, Osceola, Seminole, Hardee, and Highland counties.
That's wonderful, because becoming a victim can be so overwhelming. And then trying to fill out all the forms can also be so overwhelming. So having that person walk with them through that process can be a great advocacy for them.
Absolutely.
Both of these programs will provide much needed help and support to individuals who have been victims of scams and frauds. Reporting the crime, sorting out all of the information is time consuming and frustrating. Can you provide some suggestions for avoiding becoming a victim of scams and frauds?
Absolutely. So first, I'd like to say that it happens to all of us. Things are fast-paced and constantly changing, and criminals are always looking for ways to steal your money. And so it happens to all of us where we might click on something too fast in an email, or we may be on social media and say, hey, I like that. That looks interesting to me. And you click on it and it brings you out to a website. And so it's not that these things are bad to do. Computers and social media is how we connect now, but we should be taking some action steps that will help protect us. And some of those easy action steps to take would be using good passwords, never repeating your password. Don't use your password more than one time. Have a different password each time for each, one for social media, for example, and a different one for your bank, online banking. So good passwords, never repeated. And sometimes it's easy to create a good password by using a passphrase, something that means something to you. It could be any type of passphrase. It could be, I like tea on Mondays, and mixing in things like numbers and symbols into that. So on the word Monday, making the O a 0. And little steps that you can take, but sometimes coming up with all of those passphrases can be difficult. And there are things online that can create passphrases for you, such as LastPass.com. But there's quite a few passphrase creators and keepers that you can use. If you aren't comfortable with using a digital keeper, a little notebook like this that you use to keep your passwords in, and that you just put away somewhere. Don't travel with it. Don't keep it in your purse. Don't keep it in your car. Leave it at home where it's safe. Some of the other things that you can do are two-factor authentication, which frankly was a word that made me nervous until I learned what it was and how simple it is. And what it really means is that if you do, for example, online banking, and you want to make sure that someone's not stealing your password, it's going to ask you if you want to enable something called two-factor authentication when you go into your account. If you hit yes, all that will do is ask you if you would like it to, for example, send you a text when you log into your account with a code that you put in. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to put in my password. I like the color blue. And then it's going to say, okay, a unique code has been sent to your phone. I'm going to look at my phone and I'm going to type in those 6 digits. Or a unique password has been now sent to your email. And you're going to look there, get that that digit code and put it in. So it makes you log in a password twice, but it provides you the second one on one of your devices. So only you can see that passcode. And that enables an extra layer of protection.
And those few seconds that it takes to use that code to log in a second time can save somebody a lot of time later in fixing their accounts and reporting crimes and possibly a lot of money as well.
Right, because even if your bank makes you whole, and let's say, $500 was stolen out of your account, even if your bank makes you whole, that person was able to get into your account, so they may have stolen other information. And so now you have to be concerned, about your identity and following the steps to make sure that your identity is protected. And so it's going to save you a lot of hassle, even if you are able to get your money back, and sometimes you aren't. So it's both, financial, but also the stress that it is, to have to go through these processes over and over again.
Start that over. One of the things that you mentioned is that it happens to all of us, and there's no need to be embarrassed. But are there other tips you can share with us?
Absolutely. So things that you can look for when you receive an email, for example, from a source that you didn't ask for. Look for fishy emails. Does it sound fishy? Is it poorly worded? Does it have a sense of urgency to it that you must do this right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are they asking you to click on something that you don't feel comfortable clicking on? If they're asking you to send money right away and use gift cards, no reputable business and no agency connected with the government will ever ask you to pay in gift cards. They'll never ask you they'll never tell you have to do this right now immediately, or the police will be at your door, or your lights will be shut off in 30 minutes. So even, electric companies, utility companies, they send information to you in the mail, on their letterhead. They don't give you 30 minutes to respond. They don't demand money. So if the IRS is reaching out to you, it's not going to call you, it's not going to text you, and it's not going to send you an email. That agency is going to mail you something in the mail on their letterhead. Mm-hmm. When you're online searching for something, as we all do, maybe you're looking to buy something, maybe you just want information. Before you purchase something and put a credit card into a website, make sure that you look for that lock symbol, or the word secure, or that the top where it says HTTP, it has the S for secure. That will protect you when you're making a purchase. As far as imposter scams go, besides the government, a lot of people will get contacted by someone claiming to be their grandchild or their child, and the call will come often late at night, or perhaps through a text on the phone. And the best thing to know that this is phony, they'll usually demand payment by a gift card or an immediate wiring of money saying, I'm in another country, I've been arrested, please don't tell my mom. You might want to, with your loved ones, provide a code password that only you know, that you don't share on your social media site, that they don't share, but one password or passphrase. So you'll know when that text comes in that it's your grandchild because they used that code. So that's something that you can do to avoid, falling prey to that type of a scam. And as far as romance scams go, always pay attention if someone is declaring their love for you after only a few contacts. If you've tried to meet with them, whether it be through video chat or in person, and they've repeatedly canceled on you and you have not met with them in person, or if they ask for cash to be wired for things like an illness, I'm suddenly in the hospital, I have a sick child, my pet needs emergency surgery. These are all red flags that you'll want to look for. And also, this happens a lot. People use images of somebody else. It's not them. So they're sending you pictures of somebody else. This often happens with military people who are serving overseas. Their picture gets used. And so you'll want to do something called a Google reverse image search, which is really easy. When you go into Google to Google, you know, something that you might want to go online and shop for, there's a little camera icon there. And you can do a reverse image search by pasting that picture in there. And when you do, it will come up if that picture has been used in a scam before.
Those are very good tips. Kim, thank you for being here today and providing such good information.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
If you have been the victim of a scam or fraud, or if you just want more information about scams and frauds, Cybercrime Support Network is a great resource for you. I'm Patricia Henderson, and this is your Weekly Connection.